Welcome to Unspoken, the podcast. This is where we talk about things that men think and cannot be said in public or hasn't been said in public in a while. With me this evening, I have Emmanuel
Hi guys, how are you doing?
and Jola.
Hello.
Yes, this evening we will be talking about finding your purpose and crushing it. From research and from what's been happening around, we've discovered that a whole lot of people tend to just get to a place where they are stuck. And when you ask them, oh, what's the way forward? They seem to just say, oh, I just want to make progress. And then you ask, where are you coming from? They list a little bit of achievements and some setbacks. And you ask them, oh, so what's your 5 year, what's your 3 year plan? And they begin to think, oh, no, that's bogus. No, some tell you I don't have plans. Oh, God has that all sorted for me. I'm working towards it. And, I think those are part of the things that get people to a stage where they get depressed because if you do not have a sense of direction, if you do not have a purpose, if there's something that is you don't have something that you're working towards that's tearing you, how do you even measure? How do you achieve? And it's something that I really felt well. I should discuss with the guys. So, what do you think about finding purpose? Let's start with you, Manuel.
Um, this is very interesting because I think it's something that applies very intensely to men. Since we're on a men's podcast, it applies to everybody, of course, but especially to men because it is the kind of world I believe we live in is a world that expects results from men.
Yes.
So if you're going to be getting results, first things first, you need to find out what you want. If you do not know what you want to achieve, like you said, how can you measure your results in it? How can you measure your success in it? I think discovering your purpose is something that the earlier you find as a person, the easier the fabrics of your life, the easier um, your life in general becomes because now you have narrowed down to the letter T what you want to get out of life, and then it's easier to like channel your resources in the right place. So yeah, for me, when it comes to discovering purpose, I think it should be top priority for every man. Discover for yourself. And it definitely doesn't have to be the same thing. Two brothers can have different purposes, like what we want to achieve as a purpose. Twins, it themselves could have diverse purposes. It doesn't have to be the same with me, you, or everyone. But of course, you can also learn from by looking at someone you like in society. Be like, ooh, I like this man. I like, I say, you could say, I like the way Tony Elumelu, you know, presents himself. I like who he is. So I would want to copy. So we could copy what other people have done and fine tune it to your own life to make it that unique, that unique thing. It doesn't have to be exactly the same, but yeah.
So there are no generics.
No, I don't believe they're generics. I think there are patterns. There are pattern purposes. Like, if you're in the pharmaceutical industry or in the medical line, the purpose you can find yourself is to save lives. How you save the lives is entirely up to you. That's what makes it unique. You cannot save lives the same way she can. Like you always, if you visit two doctors, what I believe will make these two doctors great is that they attended to me in different ways that is just unique to them.
So Jola, so do you think that your purpose is your universal selling point?
Not really. For you to find your purpose, actually, you have to know yourself. If you know what you are about, you should be able to find your purpose.
Yeah.
Like you find something that is just uniquely you. Something that is just you. You know, okay, sleeping is something that I don't even have to think about. Like I close my eyes, I sleep. Your purpose could be sleeping. But then, okay, relating with people on anything that could be just talking to people. Your purpose could be something you do naturally without noticing, but it becomes something people actually know you for.
Yeah. Okay.
So like they get to know you that okay, this is what this person is about, what this person does, and maybe if you take notes, you know that, okay, I think this is something that I can find purpose in, or something I can find fulfilling
Okay.
if I take an extra step into discovering that thing properly.
Mhm.
So you get purpose from there.
All right. So should your purpose be your business, or should your purpose earn you money? Or should your purpose just be a hobby? What do you think?
Hmm. Should it be business, earn you money, or be a hobby? Oh, okay. It's a thin line. Let me attempt to walk you through it from my perspective. It could be any of the above. It could really be any of the above. If your purpose, for example, is to redefine the way people view entertainment, you could have it as a business and earn money from it,
Sure.
right? Um, if say for example you have a 9 to 5, let's say you're a banker,
Yes.
but your ultimate purpose is to speak life into people,
Yeah.
right? It might not be a business. You could decide to take it as a hobby,
Yeah.
but ultimately, maybe at a point in time when you get better at it and you have maximized it,
Yeah.
the usefulness of it, I think you will earn money from it. So I think it's fair to say when you have properly developed your purpose
Mhm.
and you have found a way to help to use your purpose to create value, you
Mhm.
will make money from it regardless.
Yeah.
In what sense that is, either as in just earning money or it being your business
Yeah.
or it being your job,
Mm.
it's now entirely up to you and what you want out of it. But I think ultimately, when you go through the journey of discovery and you've
Yeah.
discovered and it's now making value or it's now giving value to people,
Yeah.
right? Say this is your purpose, speaking life to men, for example, or spoken, bringing up issues that otherwise men wouldn't talk about.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, sure.
You get to a certain point in time, this becomes a business for you, or you earn money from it, depending on what you want to make out of it. You could just decide you don't want to earn money from this too. Also, some people have things that they're doing. I mean, people have done things, and I read about a certain guy who I think he invented something. They wanted to patent it to him. He said no. I think it
I
was
think it was a vaccine.
a vaccine. He said no, this is for the world. I would remember insulin. Some group of guys,
Yes.
yeah, they wanted to patent insulin for themselves. It's like no, this is for the world. It was their purpose to create a life-changing vaccine for the world.
Yeah.
They decided they didn't want to make money off it.
Yeah, but someone else did.
Exactly.
Well, the big pharma, they've done that already.
Exactly, exactly.
Exactly.
So I think it's entirely up to you to decide if you want to make money from it. But ultimately, once you have perfected it, you generally make money from it.
If you want to be fulfilled, please, your purpose should make you money. Yeah. What is the essence of having an impact and it's not having an impact on you?
All right. So if
Because
you
really, if you're doing something, it's having impact on others, it's making you happy. In fact, the most rewarding part will be your pocket being full, and you even do more.
Can I add this before you go in? There's a mathematician who is very, very popular. I have forgotten his name. I'm terrible with names. He is well known for breaking down some of the biggest mathematical problems that have helped physicists solve the issue with interstellar travel.
Yeah.
He hates everything that has to do with money. In fact, they had to one time crowdfund to give him money and he rejected it. Ultimately, like I said, some people have gotten to the point whereby they have rejected the idea of money being a fabric of their life. If
Mm-hmm.
you're that kind of person, then great. But if you are on the other end of it, then yes.
Money doesn't have to come first. It doesn't have to be the basis
Yeah.
of your purpose. What I'm just saying is, you find your purpose and it becomes fulfilling and you get money in your pocket. Oh, really? That's like
That's good.
100, 100. That's
so,
100.
so that's balanced for you. All right.
Yeah.
So okay, then the question is for you now. So how do you okay, as a lady, you get to meet a guy now.
Mhm.
So how would you say would you how what are the things you would say him that will make you feel he's purposeful or he's driven oh, I think I can get with this guy. I think I can let him be the captain in this
Or he's
relationship.
on his way to his purpose.
Yes, or is in
Yeah,
his
is intellectual capacity actually. Yes,
How do you mean?
his ability to think inside and outside the box, reason along with people and still keep his own point of view, put things together and still be able to scatter it and make sense out of it. Because it shows that is not someone that has a limit. And for you to find your purpose, you can't give yourself limits. If there's no limit, it means you just want to achieve everything. You just want to go for it, like go for the gold.
So you want more of like for you, a purposeful man has to be a divergent kind of person
Yeah,
that
it has
doesn't
to
conform
be
to norms.
norms. Like seriously, I don't conform to norms. Like you tell me, oh, you have to put the cup on the table because you this. No, why can't I put it on my laps or just hold it or just keep it in the kitchen if I don't need to hold it? No, it's good to ask questions because if you don't ask questions, you don't know stuff, and you don't die mentally. Yeah, when you don't ask questions, you be like, okay, they do it this way, you follow that straight line. If we are all following the straight line, we won't have internet today.
Uh,
We won't have so many things today. And we'll just continue to do the old living the Stone Age lifestyle kind of thing. Mommy said, fry the yam like this, and that's how you're going to fry. Like seriously, Hilda Bark, or what's her name? She's doing different things. I have people now that are doing Indomie pound or whatever it
Which I
is.
think is an absolute abomination as a Nigerian.
a dishonor to the noodle.
Dishonor to everything I stand on, but continue.
Dishonor or not, they are trying to think outside the box to do something different. It takes a lot of guts for you to actually do something different.
But you know we are societal beings, and there are laws that guides the society.
Yeah, provided you're not doing anything illegal, please go outside as much as you want.
There's a thin line between being a genius and being mad.
Yeah, you just have
I
to know
agree.
when to retrace your steps.
I agree. When I like the idea that if you're intellectual, it
Yeah.
means you are somewhat on your way to purpose. I like it
Mm-hmm.
very much, but I think again in my observation with people, the fact that you are someone who asks questions doesn't necessarily mean you follow up with the data gotten from those questions.
Hmm. You just want to engage people.
Yeah, because it's like think about like someone who argues about football. Like I know it's not the best example, but some people just argue for arguing's sake. That's just what they like. Some people like to read books that drives their intellect, make them ask questions. Oh my goodness, how does this work? How does that work? Okay, now that you have found out how space works, what are you going to do about it?
Do you apply it to your daily life?
Do you get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that is the way I view it.
No knowledge is a waste. Don't forget about that. No knowledge is a waste.
I
You
would
could
I would
know
I would
about
disagree, but
space. You could know about space. You may not end up traveling to space, but that doesn't mean you can't teach it to some other person
yeah, exactly. So that's why I
or
said
or include what the idea of space is in maybe your day-to-day life.
mm,
So it now whatever information you have is how you use it, how you interpret it. That is what counts.
yeah,
So it's
that's
not
that's
because
that's where I'm
okay,
working
you
with.
studied about space, now you're not going to space. You now sit down. No, now you're being redundant because you're not making use
Of the
of what
intellect you
you
have.
have.
Yeah, exactly. That's why what I meant when I said the data you get from intellect has to.
Mm,
I did physics in university, and
yeah,
when we were when we
you
were
can tell.
when we were in secondary school, it was always something that they would say: observation and reports. You observe,
Yeah,
you have to report based off your observation. That's when
yeah.
you see people always go with that. I did error due to parallax.
No, no, no,
I closed the window.
no, but from where you are coming, there's something I learned in physics back in high school, and it stuck to me, and it's become a guide for my life, and that's Newton's third law of motion.
Something always stays on the straight
For
line.
every no, I think
Okay,
for
for every
every
action, there's an
there's
equal
Yeah,
opposite reaction.
opposite reaction.
reaction.
Yes.
And one thing I found out is that law guides everything in our lives.
Yeah, actually, I think it's a law of
Push
the
or pull.
universe. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to, because it helps you strike a balance, because once you move a body from inertia, it's going to exert a force.
Yeah.
So-
Until something else interrupts is on
and then it
whatever
transfers.
on whatever course you have put it on, that's where it's going to be on until something else
Definitely.
happens.
So now, how do you set that course for people in finding their purpose?
Ooh.
Setting a course for people. You don't set a course for
Or
people.
how do people set a course for themselves, actually?
Humans are the most beautiful, sensible beings ever, except for those that don't want to use their
terrible.
brain. Also very terrible.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's it. You could decide to be good. You could decide to be otherwise. But
Well, from the angle you're coming from, I know people who sing the song they want to be as rich as Dangote or $10, but without a roadmap.
There you have it.
But you said you're sensible. You just said humans are sensible. Now, this way, everybody just see.
Yeah,
eventually
it is
everybody
just
is singing about it now. I want to be as rich as Dangote and $10. And then those guys
Baba God do it for me.
their sense led them to thinking they can't be like $10 or Dangote. That is their own level of sense.
But they don't have a rope now, because when you ask them for what their 3 or 5 year plan is, they have nothing.
People who make money don't actually talk about money. They just do.
They do what is planned. They do something that they figured out over a period of time.
Yeah, and they do. There are some people that figure, I love to talk. I want to sleep. That is where it ends. But someone's like, people talk. I could also talk, even if I'm not that much of a talker, and could make a whole living, in fact, a whole purpose out of talking. So if you go out and do it, just do whatever. Sometimes out of doing something, you could start having a roadmap. Like you set out, like, okay, I'm going out without any destination, but sooner or later, if you go out, if I should go to uncle's place, from there I could get 1 or 2 books. You've already started making plans. So sometimes it could be your foot that will leave before your brain. It's not always your brain before your foot.
I look at it different in this sense that okay, I think ultimately value is important. When I mean value, as like anything you're doing could make you a star, in my opinion.
Yeah.
We've had star producers,
Yeah.
star musicians,
Yeah.
star backup singers.
Yeah.
We've had star music directors,
Mm-hmm.
star actors, star actresses, star directors,
Star governors.
star everything could be a star.
Child
However,
star.
Yeah. However,
Yeah.
the most important, when he says child star, something enter my head. But please, let's not talk about it. But however, ultimately, one thing governs all of them. The thing that governs all of them is value. Nobody started out, these guys I know as stars started out with the idea that I want to ultimately make biggest money. It usually started with, if only I could be one of the best at this thing, creating the best music, directing the best music, producing some of the best music, leading, going to, if it's politics, making some of the best policies.
So that means they found a purpose.
Hold on.
And then the
Saying
greatness is the achievement. It's a value added.
So okay, in this sense, the purpose I would say here was creating value in whatever thing you decide to do. So they found purpose in value, in creating value or value addition. And when they went on that journey, because now knowing your purpose is different. Finding when they went on that journey to discover how they could add the ultimate value, next thing that they were rewarded with is greatness, fame, riches, wealth, people, all of those things were added.
But they didn't set out to be like, I want to be the best. They were somewhere, they saw some loopholes and did something about it. And fortunately for them, it made them stand out.
I would say, yeah.
So you don't actually set out to be the best,
I think
but somehow
Mhm.
opportunity meets something and you turn out to be the best.
No, I would disagree very, very strongly. Here's why. You cannot. Now, okay, so there's a law in, I'm so sorry, I have to do this. There's a law in physics that says the exception does
Yeah,
not
so
negate the rule,
physics.
right?
Mhm.
So if we spread across, let's say, the top 100 human beings right now, in
Yep.
terms of value, money, wealth, whatever, if we spread them apart,
Yeah.
aside the people that came in there through family wealth,
Sure.
if you spread about people that did it by themselves, one thing you will find out is that all of them had a drive to become the best. I don't think it's something, maybe we say 90, a large percent, a very vast majority. There's no way I can prove
I
it, but
would
let's say
say
96%.
they have a drive to be good,
the best.
to be
W-
different.
No, some
But
actually
being
wanted to be the
different
best.
actually made them the best.
No, some would say the best because I know of two brothers in India, the Ambani brothers, right? They both inherited their father's fortune. One ran his company's own set of companies to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
The elder brother became the richest man in Asia.
Yeah.
During COVID, dude was doing
Millions, billions.
billions of dollars, and at a point he had to even come through for his brother.
See, Nike and Adidas, two brothers. Do you know?
Yeah.
Okay,
Let's go.
as we said, just make sure that in finding your purpose, make sure that you follow the smarter approach and just don't lose focus. Don't let problems or issues deter you from finding who you are.
Yeah. There will always be problems. Don't forget.
Yeah, always get inspired. I believe you should try to be the best at whatever it is you know that inspires you.
Yeah.
Whatever it is that you can create value in. If you're a conductor right now, I feel like you can be the best when it comes to transportation.
Yourself.
Yes, you can be the best. You could find out a way to be like the one who unifies people and their mode of transportation.
Yeah.
Create value, be the best at it. Yeah.
And when
Yeah,
you're
good to go.
creating value, you find satisfaction, I tell you.
And money too. Unless you're that kind
Yeah.
of person who doesn't need money, which is
Oh,
fine.
who
I'm okay with
doesn't?
it. I'm
Who
okay with it.
doesn't?
Well, like he said, yeah, it's not everybody is moved by it. Not
Yeah.
everybody is motivated by money, but
Yeah.
on the long run, just be the best version of yourself. Be
Yeah.
happy. Because
Yeah.
in
Be
the
inspired.
end, it's just that for you to live, you need to be happy. Yes, there are times where you might just be
Not be
down.
100%.
You might not be
yes.
100%, but just be happy. So that by the time you're leaving this world, you know, yes, you're living a satisfied person.
Yeah,
At
you
least
die with a smile.
Yeah, I give my beat.
Or
Right.
not.
Yeah. Yeah. you contributed your quota
At all
to the
time.
ecosystem.
Mm.
All right. So have a wonderful evening, everyone.
Bye.
See you guys.
Audio Jungle.